When it comes to SSL private proxy, there are a few crucial things you need to know before making a purchase. Unlike some of its competitors, SSL private proxy has its strengths, but it's not without a few areas where it might fall short for some users. So if you're considering buying, stay tuned, because we're covering 12 key points you should be aware of before making that decision. First off, SSL private proxy offers secure browsing with its strong SSL encryption, which is a great feature if privacy is your main concern. It ensures that your online activity stays protected, similar to other premium VPN providers. However, compared to VPN services like NordVPN or ExpressVPN, SSL private proxy's encryption isn't quite as advanced, especially when it comes to features like multi-hop or obfuscation for extra privacy layers. Next thing, SSL private proxy is known for offering dedicated IP addresses, which can be a huge bonus if you're managing multiple accounts or want to keep your browsing sessions consistent. This feature can come in handy for businesses or advanced users. However, when you compare this to the larger VPN providers, many also offer this feature, so it's not as unique as it once was. The third thing to consider is its pricing. SSL private proxy is relatively affordable, but it's not the cheapest option on the market. Providers like Proxy Cheap or Smart Proxy can sometimes offer better deals for similar services. If you're just getting started with proxies or VPNs, this might be a good middle ground, but don't expect rock bottom prices. Now, the fourth thing, reliability. SSL private proxy is known for its strong uptime, but some users report occasional connectivity issues. While it's generally stable, it's not as flawless as some other premium providers, especially if you're using it for data-intensive tasks or streaming. Next, let's talk about speed. SSL private proxy offers decent speeds for most tasks, but it can struggle with high bandwidth activities like HD streaming or torrenting. If you're planning to use the service for these purposes, you might want to test it out first, or consider alternatives like TorGuard, which is known for higher speeds. The sixth thing, SSL private proxy does offer both shared and dedicated proxies. While shared proxies are more affordable, dedicated ones offer better performance and security. It's important to note, though, that many competitors bundle these features together in a more flexible way, offering a more seamless experience with higher value. The seventh point is about server locations. SSL private proxy has a limited selection of servers, primarily in North America and Europe. If you need servers in specific countries or regions like Asia or Africa, you may find this a limitation compared to bigger VPNs that have a global server network. Now, let's move on to customer support. SSL private proxy provides solid support via ticketing and email, but doesn't quite match the 24/7 live chat support offered by bigger players in the space, like ExpressVPN or CyberGhost. For those who need immediate assistance, this could be a drawback. Next thing is the type of users SSL private proxy caters to. It's ideal for people looking to mask their IP for everyday privacy and security needs, but it's not necessarily the best fit for gamers or streamers who want low latency and specialized server configurations. If that's your focus, you might want to consider competitors that specifically cater to that niche. The ninth thing is compatibility. SSL private proxy works on most devices, but it's worth noting that setup isn't always as simple as it is with other VPNs. You may need a little tech know-how, and if you're not familiar with configuring proxies manually, it could be a bit of a learning curve. The 10th thing to keep in mind is that SSL private proxy is mostly used for proxying, which is slightly different from VPN services. While they both encrypt your traffic, proxies do not always encrypt your entire internet connection, which could leave some data exposed. If complete protection is your goal, a VPN service might be a better fit. Now, the 11th thing, SSL private proxy does offer a range of pricing plans, but the added costs for extra features, like dedicated IPs and specialized proxies, can add up quickly. While the base plan is affordable, you might end up paying more as you scale up your usage. Finally, the 12th thing, SSL private proxy has a solid reputation among users, especially for those in need of